does and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Yellow!
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. But you look at this defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass. So 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now Mahomes. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Yellow.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex it.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. That one sails out of bounds. A side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of him. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
Well, he started his season the way that everyone wants to start their season, with an absolute bang. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Let's see where he goes from here.
Set the bar high. Week 2, we'll see what he can do. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Got you, boy. Got you, boy. Just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Black Knights are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
We ain't giving up nothing.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there, pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
We ain't giving up nothing.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Got it.
So
Ready?
good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing to start the drive. Gentry. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On the ready. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
Throwing on 1st down. Gentry. And that is incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Gentry. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gregory. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Gentry setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. second quarter now. It's Brooklyn in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready! On the ball, on the ball! Ready!
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Gibbs will get... as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
They'll try to run with Gibbs. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with career touchdown number 156. That ties him with Terrell Owens for 5th all-time. And the Black Knights go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 1st down, Mahomes. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. A big play there for KC. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Headed straight is Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Gregory Rousseau. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Mahomes. This will be caught inside the 10. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, an 8-yard touchdown run. Have cut it back within a score. Now the try here for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
And you see the last drive, great chunky yardage, the touchdown on 5 carries. And offensively, everything just looked in sync, didn't it?
It did, and the reason that it was in sync is because it's a combination of play calling, game plan, offensive line marrying up with all of their blocks. But don't forget the receivers out on the perimeter. Any type of a long run, the receivers have had a hand in that because they've occupied people downfield. And, of course, give the big credit to the man with the football. Great vision, good movement, gets to the end zone.
72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
A toss out right to Gibbs.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Now, timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Gentry.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes. I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Let's play. Let's play now, baby. Let's play. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Yellow.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not. Bounds apparently, so that's just going to be an incompletion. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. But he caught it, just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And Gordon's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Touchdown!
Kadarius Toney.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw. They had no answer for that right there.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point.
No, reload, smash.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to...
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Oh, and now some space to operate. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just boom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Gentry.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
Touchdown! A great effort there. 89 yards.
And the Black Knights will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. There, only spanning 3 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now here's Mahomes. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Gordon. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Mahomes now on first down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Yellow.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick here is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains.
Dragon 60.
The final shot before break. Gentry toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. And we welcome you back live now inside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Another run for Gibbs here. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Gentry.
Holding offense.
Don't do us like that.
So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Yellow.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys...
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Oh, my goodness. Now that is going to be out of bounds on the free kick.
Out of bounds.
And that's a big mistake. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Automatic first down.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Off play action. Gentry. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Black Knights are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Here we go.
Well, the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Third quarter action from Kansas City. 2nd down and 10. Handoff now for Pacheco.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Mahomes going to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
Hey, rip lift.
Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin first and 10.
Ready?
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Touchdown. A big play there. 51 yards.
And the Black Knights get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Lockdown, baby.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now here comes Kansas City.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's Pacheco to about the 48-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This will be taken at the 10. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the
Let's go
play,
now.
and it's second down.
Go.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Ready.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
You ain't doing nothing
And he's
today.
able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Back to throw. Gentry. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15
Personal
more
foul.
on top of
Roughing
this.
the passer. Defense.
Come on, man.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing
Automatic
here in the
first
fourth
down.
quarter. And that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Mahomes. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That is caught. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Again, and they'll throw with Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Mahomes firing complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now it's Mahomes again, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Quick look on the slant, it's Gordon. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
Defense.
What's he talking about, ref?
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach have plenty to say about this game.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for the...
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side.
Look at the big man rumble. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Now the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
You ain't going nowhere.
Here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On first down, Mahomes.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
On second down, here's Mahomes.
That'll be caught by Tony.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30 point play in that playbook, but They can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Yellow.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And again, it's Mahomes. And Gordon's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Now for the point after. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Ready?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
On the ready.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over. Trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Ready.
To throw on 3rd down. Gentry, he's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 30.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.